So we have, oh gosh, my no category got big again. Okay. PowerWash Sim. Dang, Cat was being such a nuisance. This is taking a second to launch, sorry. I uninstall it every time. And so it just gets complicated. Oops. Back to the Future. There's seasonal ones? I'm sorry, what? We have to do this now. Yeah, well, you can't trust him unless he's on the bed because he has a bad habit of just like getting riled up, and then if he's like at your feet, he'll just pounce on your legs. So you cannot trust him. I trust him, but he's done it to me one too many times. Okay. Thank goodness there's someone on Santa's list who's really good at power washing and keeping secrets. It's exactly what we need right now. As you can probably gather, Santa's workshop has seen better days. Every day before yesterday, in fact. Since yesterday, it's become coated in a mixture of soot and the gloopiest, stickiest, most delicious mess ever. With only one sleep till Christmas and still so much to do, we're needing our very own Christmas miracle. It's very intense. Look at this. Oh, that's not the button I wanted. Give me a minute to remember all the buttons. No. It's Christmas Eve. A night we look forward to for one special reason. It's right the night that our inventor, Ivor Nydia, pitches next year's star toy to Santa. It's okay, the space... I mean, technically we could probably do some hangman, but it's not ideal. However, this year Ivor was told to carry them through Santa's office in a big box to stop any peeks. Hold on. Oh, short's enough. Okay. It is brown underneath. That is intense. I wonder how they manage that. No, we need the long extension. Because we're not getting everything with the short. Because we're just barely not reaching. So yeah, we could probably do hangman with this, but I don't know. It's just like there's so much stuff everywhere. It would just kind of be a pain. The only good place would probably be like right there. And ceilings are always kind of annoying because it being so far away makes it harder. So let me turn up my sound. We love the 3 nozzle. It is lovely. This is a huge space. It would suck not to have it, to be honest. What's great about this game though is like it's just click to toggle, it's not click and hold. So like it can be click and hold, but if you right click it's a toggle. And then you don't have to like hold down a button, which really helps with like wrist strain. Which is really nice. I am someone who deals with some pretty bad wrist strain. So it's always nice when they like make it so that it's less clicking. Oh my gosh, the rain is intense right now, guys. It's pouring outside. I'm so glad I did my BRB when I did and not like now. Because now would have been so much worse. Even though I got like a bunch of water on me, it's not nearly that bad. What's the pink? Strawberry ice cream. I don't know how they got ice cream on the ceiling, but okay, Santa. I love this little Christmas one. Like, I didn't even know this was here. I just happened to come across it. So, for me, it was a pretty easy, sure, why not? I'll add that to what I'm doing. I guess this isn't covering the Back to the Future DLC though then. It's okay. I can get distracted. We can just do more PowerWash Simulator. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Problem solved. Like there was no problem ever at all. But yeah, I always take care of like the ceilings first. And then I work my way down. I find it to be the most effective method in this game. Even though I play kind of in a chaos way. Because most people do like slowly. Now I'm like because it's what makes me happy, and you know what? Me being happy while playing this game, that's the better option. That is by far the better option. So, yeah. I still need to plan a crafting stream. Because I owe a couple different kinds of crafting streams. I just haven't gotten to them yet. Because, like, I owe them from the hot potato. Because I said that if we reach the $100,000 goal, I'd do, like 100,000 for the whole event. I didn't do that on my own. But if we reach that goal, that I would then do a crafting stream, both like the original one I promised for my own personal goals, and then I added that one as like a additional crafting stream that's not knitting. I think it's probably gonna be like taking apart old clothes or doing some embroidery. I don't know which yet. But I have some old clothes to kind of dismantle because I want to use them to make other stuff. Which may seem weird, but like it's much better than donating it, because like most donations that you give to a place like Goodwill end up in the trash. So it's actually like way more eco-friendly to turn it into something else. The only thing that I'm probably not going to be like turning into other things is underwear, because icky. Very icky. But even bras, like, at most you just sweat a little, which like you do with all clothes. It comes right out in the wash, so it doesn't matter. And then like things like underwear I might actually just cut up into small pieces to use as filling if I like decide to eventually make anything that will require some filling. Especially when, you know, because I'll probably eventually crochet some amigurumi. Like I'd be shocked if I don't end up doing some amigurumi. And so it would give me a free stuffing. I mean, I already have a bag where I keep the scraps of yarn from knitting projects, because you end up with a bunch of scraps. It's just how it goes. So, yeah. Trying to be sustainable and all that. Also, like, it's more cost effective because I don't have to go buy more clothes then. I'm also having the problem of I'm losing a bunch of weight right now because, like, through substitute teaching, I'm more active physically and on a more consistent schedule, which is making me lose weight. Good losing of weight, not bad. And so I have to, I've been looking at getting those little, like, they're basically just pins that you put in your jeans, like, along the waistband, but then they connect to each other, and so it allows you to adjust the size, like, the waistband of your pants. So until it looks trashy doing that, I'm probably gonna do that, just because I keep changing sizes. And, you know, like, before TwitchCon, when I went shopping, I was an 18. I was an 18 women's. The only pair that fits right now happens to be the 16. The 18 fall down real bad. So, I think I'm down to a 16 pant now, which is really good. Way healthier. But it does mean I don't actually currently have pants that are properly my size, because everything I have is like either like a size 11 or size 18 and no in between. I mean, I have some like 4s as well. God, I don't know if I'll ever fit into a 4 again. Everyone was hard at work from French Bob. I don't even know who French Bob is. Like, what is the lore here? Is it one of his elves? Mangs was testing the durability of their rocket ships on the ceiling while Mullet was tuning the high notes of their xylophones. There's also strawberry and mint ice cream. These elves have been up to mischief. Just the amount of pure ice cream on the ceilings. It's wild. Also, the surprising thing is with my makeup search, what I can wear is actually like a lot of it isn't even like categorized as sensitive. It's just like a product that happens to not have anything I can't have in it. Like they haven't added fragrances, there's no propylene glycol in it. And so like that was just, yeah. But like my biggest issue is my propylene glycol allergy when it comes to looking at trying to find new products. Because propylene glycol is in so much stuff. So it's very annoying when you're like trying to find a product. Hey Arch, how's it going? What are you up to? What are you up to? I love your raid message. How is it going, dude? I'm wearing makeup for the first time ever today? Okay, that's not 100% true. I tried foundation in 7th grade and then got a chemical burn. And I did use a little bit of mascara in high school. It did bug my eyes though. I know! So I have foundation on, I have eyeliner, and I have mascara. I wanted to do lip stuff, but it was supposed to come today, and then, in, like, the USPS was just like, haha, it's held at your local USPS store, and it's like, they're like, we didn't actually deliver it. It's like, thanks. I really appreciate that. Thanks. Also, I was supposed to be doing the, Back to the Future DLC, and then I saw that there's, like, Christmas levels. Why is it not making the ding noise? It's just too quiet. Where's the ding? Excuse me? Well, let's finish something small really quick. There it is. Yeah. Okay, right. I think it's just glitched. Right, it glitches with this washer. Forgot about that. It's the washer. Like, for some reason, when you use that endgame washer, it glitches the ding noise. But, like, it's so much better than all the other washers. It's so sad. Sometimes you still get it, though. Sometimes you don't. Hey, go do that. Go do that. You need to do that. Feel free to not come back if you don't want to, too. I won't take offense, because I do that to you all the time. Alright. But yeah, those of you who words are hard apparently. Those of you who came in on Arch's raid, I am Suwey. I play a large variety of games, mostly wholesome indies. Lots of simulation games. Simulation is by far my favorite category of game. And yeah, welcome on in. I hope you have a nice cozy time. Usually I stream before Arch, but it's winter break. and I'm helping run the Twitch Women's Guild raid train. And as a result, like, my sleep schedule is all over the place because, like, I'm helping with the late night shifts with that. Which I love doing, but yeah. It has not helped me retain a good sleep schedule. I'm still waking up by like 1 p.m. or so, so like it's not too bad. You know, too bad would be like 1 p.m. feels like a chore. So to be fair, I think I woke up at like 1:30 today, but still. That was a natural wake up too. Because my bladder woke me up like, hey, time to get up. And I was like, okay, I guess so. So, yeah. We're just having a nice cozy time. So we were going to do the Back to the Future DLC, and I know that's what my title is, but I got distracted by the fact that there is a Christmas holiday seasonal little thingy in this right now, and I don't know if that's going to stay or go away, and I didn't want to miss it. You know? Is it Rudolph? Oh no, it's just a random reindeer instead. That's fine. I'm sure it's a very nice reindeer. I'm sure it's a perfectly fine reindeer. It's just not quite Rudolph. And I will forever be disappointed because of that. Okay. Those candles need more work. There we go. I mean, I need to get the backside of these too, or I guess a side of them. I don't know. Dominic! Thank you so much for 22 months. I really appreciate it. How's it going, man? The fire was running with all this grub. I mean, that's a choice. Sure. I don't think that's a good choice, but it's definitely a choice. Santa's an adult. He can make his own choices. It's just, that doesn't mean I think they're smart. Okay. Okay. I'm doing well. I am enjoying some chill power wash to end the stream. We played some Sandrock earlier. Had a great time with that. We also checked out Wargroove 2, or Wargroove 2. I enjoyed that way more than I thought I would. So, I'm having a good time. This game is fun as always, so I can't complain. PowerWash Sim is always a good time. The only problem is the ding doesn't actually want to ding right now, which is just rude, but whatever. Because there's a thingy that goes ding whenever you finish cleaning an area, and like with this exact hose, it doesn't always work. Because it gets glitchy. He's not happy about this wall yet. Which, I mean, I wouldn't be either, but I don't really know how I'm supposed to get it better. Can I get the ladder? That might be able to help me. Give me a good angle. I don't think so. I think this is gonna be too far away. Oh, that's blocked. I know, but like, in order to get the... But like, okay, so the issue is if I want to do it that way, then I have to use a different nozzle that's really slow, and like, I have the ability to use this faster one, so I don't know if I can convince it. Like, I'm literally just having to convince myself, but I don't think I can do it. When I know I can use this much faster one and make it happen sooner. Santa and his elves had a party. This is Santa's workshop. And they decided to party it up. This wall. See, that's a different wall than this. Oh my gosh, I can go like that. Ugh. Bro. Okay. See, like, and that's a different wall than this wall. That was like 90% done. So I just keep like doing this in hopes that I'll find this spot that is missing. I found a part of it. The behind of these banners. I don't know how I'm supposed to get like fully behind them though. But I'm getting this angle best I can here. Usually the game's pretty lenient, so I don't know why it's getting like so picky about this wall. Not like I can just take the streamers off or anything. You know? There's a little bit right there. Try this angle then. There we go. Got it. Right? Right. These levers are individual ones too. Count one of them. There you go. Alright. Oh, this is like a full factory room. It's slowly coming together the more I clean. Okay. I finished the conveyor belt casing. And conveyor belt window. There we go. But I don't know how Santa and the elves managed this, okay? Clearly they're just having a fun party, I guess. But, you know, it's fine. It's hired to do a job. It will forget about the fact that I'm literally power washing wrapping paper with water. We'll just pretend that's not the case and move on. It's okay. We don't need logic. It's fine. Buttons. Buttons go bing. Pipes go bing. Buttons go bing. Pipes go bling. I think I'm missing one of the pipes though. Other pipe go bing. Bing. Bing! Go bing! Thank you. But yeah. So that's what we're doing. Made a lot of progress in Sandrock tonight too. I think so. I'm not gonna do all of the Back to the Future DLC at once, but once I actually start covering the actual DLC rather than getting distracted by the holiday thingy, which I think is just a free update, I don't know. I just saw it and got distracted. And then we'll do the Back to the Future DLC, which is the actual review key. I think this is just a free update. Which I'll take. Look, I was talking with my friend today on the phone about how distractible I am. And several times in middle of conversation, so like she's diagnosed ADHD, right? But like multiple times in the middle of our conversation, we would just stop talking about whatever it was we were talking about, move to another topic, and then return to the original topic like 30 minutes later. Just because like it was a total like, ooh, squirrel moment, you know? Like, we did not intend to stop our conversation short. We just got distracted by something else. Just by like existing. Oh, the game doesn't like how clean this is. Hold on. It's okay. Oh no. You got it. How's it going? Okay, I think this is probably the more efficient way of doing this. So I'm just trying to get over here. There we go. That's all I wanted to do. It's about 20 minutes late. Ah, you're fine. You're perfectly fine. I'm usually late anyways. It's actually a problem and I need to like fix it, but I just can't. My time estimating skills just like suck and I don't know why. Hi, Top Fate suspected a fault on one of their planes and was about to give it a test flight when Ivor came skipping to the workshop carrying their box of secrets. Distracted, High Top Fade watched their plane across the rooms where, in a 1 in a million shot, it wedged itself deep in the mechanism of the present wrapping machine. I was explaining what happened. I don't know, I feel like I do. Lurk, and then you went to get pee and some food and drink and then Arch was off? Yeah, fair. Fair. Well, you have to deal with me now. Well, I mean, you don't have to, but like, I would highly appreciate if you dealt with me now, I guess. I don't know. I give up on that one very quickly. Okay, I need to get up high to like hit that. Leaving it allowed? Yeah. Yeah, no leaving. He said so. Alright, look at this bit of wall. Make me watch me play a game that makes my brain happy. Cause this game makes my brain very happy. I don't know why. But my brain like it. And does like anything matter beyond that? I don't know. Why not? Ugh. Need a long one. No, we want short. We don't want stubby. What is on this? I don't know. It's not loading it. Ooh, window. And a very 2D rendition of the area outside. It's pretty. Dude, also it's like raining outside right now, like pretty hard. And it's so cozy. I love it. Oh, I didn't finish the window. There we go. Just need a new perspective. Okay. Man, this game makes me happy. I don't know why I get so happy with this game. But I do. I get ridiculously happy from this game. Okay. This song is much louder than the rest of them have been. I'm also like not vibing with this song at all. I'm skipping it. It's way too electronic. Why is this like labeled as lo-fi? That is not lo-fi. That's like EDM. I want my lo-fi. I want lo-fi. That's what's cozy. And we're going for cozy vibes tonight. We're always going for cozy vibes. Don't get me wrong. There you go. Infinity. You're just like, ah yeah, music. And I'm here like, it must be cozy or else. Or else it's not here no more. Why is the store frame still considered dirty? Like, because it's not. I just didn't see it like do the little thing to show that it's not dirty anymore. This lantern, however, is dirty. It's probably the top. That's why I was going up here in the first place. That's a nice photo. Be too bad if someone put water all over it. Okay. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying wearing makeup though. All the wood's gonna rot anyway, right? It's okay. I'm just doing the job I was hired to do. I don't need to ask questions. The customer can just deal with it. Like, the customer's always right anyways. And like a worst case scenario, I'll just like come back in a different game to clean it all up. To build it, like to remodel it and fix things because they asked me to do something dumb. Perfect hitman not asking questions. I mean, I'd ask questions about that. You know? I wouldn't have it in me to hurt someone, though. Like, I don't care how much money it is. I don't think I could do it. Like, yes, the money would be amazing, but I don't think I have the heart for something like that. I know, big shame, huh? Hurt your feelings all the time? That's different. Dude, I quit Taekwondo in middle school. Not because, like, I didn't like doing Taekwondo. No. Not because, like, I got into school play, which I did get into. And that was my excuse for quitting Taekwondo. But no. I quit Taekwondo because I didn't want to spar. Not because I was afraid of getting injured. But because I was so afraid of hurting any of my classmates or anyone I might end up sparring against that I decided I was going to quit Taekwondo because I didn't want to have on my conscience the idea that I could have hurt someone. Like, that was just so against everything I stood for. No. I do cam on occasion. Especially now. So, like, I didn't do cam for about 2 years. Because Suwey and I lived in a tiny little trailer that was, like, pretty junky. And, like, I didn't really feel comfy doing webcam in there. And I couldn't really do webcam without, like, Suwey showing on the webcam either. And, you know, like, he's not comfortable with that, and people's boundaries are really important to me. So, I didn't do face cam. But now, like, yeah, Suwey can't come to bed right now. Not until I finish stream. But he doesn't want to anyway. I guarantee you he's over in his own land playing on his computer. Oh, it is? Hello, hello. This is actually the first time I'm wearing makeup. So, I've worn foundation once in middle school. I wore my mom's foundation, did not match my skin tone at all because she's really dark skinned compared to me. And, chemically burnt my face. And I'll forever have eczema on my face. I don't know. I only know it's a martial arts, dude. I didn't want to hurt anyone. Then I'm wearing mascara, which I did wear a little bit in high school, but like usually it would irritate my eyes really bad. And then I have like a little bit of eyeliner. And it's my very first time putting on eyeliner today. Hey, Benita. Yes, I am doing well. How are you? But I don't know. All I know was I was taking Taekwondo and then I stopped because I was scared I was gonna hurt someone. Like, yeah, I got into the school play and I totally would have quit for the school play, but that wasn't the real reason I quit, right? Like, either way I was gonna quit, but the real reason was I didn't want to hurt anybody and I was uncomfortable with the thought of sparring because I could hurt someone while sparring. And I cared about my classmates and I grew attached to them. I don't know if they felt the same way about me. I know one of the little girls did. Next time I go to my family's, I need to like plan a time to meet with the little girl, which she's now like an adult, right? But and give her the stuff that she gave me when she was 6, because I have kept it. It is in my closet at my parents' house, or in the closet that was in my old room at my parents' house, just sitting there, and it's a bunch of like letters and like I think there's like some quarters in there too and stuff. Oh, you're sweet, Dominic. After watching so many medical shows, you're like, no, when you see potentially injurious activities, actions. I've just always been like a total pacifist. So like in kindergarten, I played soccer. I got 3 goals the entire season. And the reason why I did not get very many goals is because, and I quote, the other girls looked like they wanted the ball more, so I just let them have it. Got it, Richella? I can set that up. I'll update the list too. Hold on. I'll move to here while I do that. My brain is just not braining. Hold on. There we go. Now let me update the list really fast. I don't know either word. Wereld? I don't know either. My mom made me take martial arts for self-defense. What is all of this in here? There it is. Let me data sort. There we go. Yeah, I'm updating the list right now though. Like there was quite a few changes with I don't think the most recent Humble Bundle's on there. And quite a few keys got taken with the charity event, but it's up to date now. Oh. There we go. Oh, we're in an ad break. I need to use the restroom real fast. I will be right back. I will literally just be like the exact 3 minutes pretty much. So I need to give this guy water. I do. I sound very drunk right now. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, okay. I don't think I stutter this much, but yeah.
Everybody thinks they don't stutter that much.
I don't stutter that much. Okay, look. Yeah, I don't. Glitched out, but I did still see it, so lucky me. Someone clip that, please. What do I do? Fire. Oh! Nobody saw that. It's okay. Oh, dude. So Fog made this because we found a music disc that he wanted. And... oh, this looks so cool. What do these do? Oh. That scared me so bad. Man, that scared me so bad. Okay. That's just a bone shark. Who's infected? Is that supposed to be there? Okay.
Okay,
Alrighty. So technically the ad's still running, but I'm gonna go back to stuff. Pila is a Rimworld weapon? Yeah. Did it not work? Wait, you can't hear me. It didn't? Bro, that's not fair. How dare? How dare? How dare I? Oh, music. There you go. Well, there's a cute bow. That's the door to Santa's office. I love it. Wait. That was till the ad break. Gosh dang it. I'm sorry, guys. Well, if someone wants to spend their channel points, they can do the thing. I'm sorry. That's my bad. It does that, and like it has like a very similar graphic, so I get confused, and then yeah, it's not the first time I've done this. Yeah, if you pay channel points, like I'll put boards back on while I go find a snack of some sort. Actually, I'll probably just grab some goldfish, a couple handfuls of goldfish while it runs if you do that. Look, this is a totally fair, reasonable thing. And if you believe different, you're banned. I mean, what? You didn't hear anything. Yeah, I'm hungry. I don't know why suddenly my brain is like, yes, we have hunger. But, it is. I mean, I didn't eat like a very big dinner, so it makes sense. You know? Hey, people don't spend channel points enough. I'm just saying. I know some of you, I'm sure Dominic, you have like 300,000 stored up. I'd be shocked if you don't have like 300,000 channel points. You get 60k? Really? I'm surprised. Why is it so low? You're a big spender? Okay. I don't even know what you've spent on. So you haven't done a 50k redeem, have you? You might have, but I don't think you did. What have you been spending them on? Did you see I added a call the cat channel point reward? So if you activate it, I'll call for the cat and see if he comes. Take care of your eyes. Alright guys, it's important every so often to look away from your monitor because it's hard on those eyeballs to be staring at a monitor for hours on end. The rule is 20-20-20. Every 20 minutes for 20 seconds, look at a spot about 20 feet away to let your eyes refocus. And that's probably enough time. I'll drink water too. You done a couple keys and a couple words? Okay. I forget how expensive I make those. I've been slowly making them both cheaper. Cause like I get annoyed that they don't get used more. And so like I'll make them cheaper. But if I get annoyed that something's being used too much, I'll increase the price. You know? I change the price to make it happen as much as I want it to actually happen. So yeah. But now that like our big like craze of playing words has kind of ended, because like when we were first playing it, people would like spam continue words on stream. But nowadays they don't, so I might actually make it even cheaper. Okay. I see how it is. Alright guys. No! So like on the giveaway list is games I've played, games I own, or games that I have no interest in. So like if I get a game on Humble that I know I won't play, I put it on there so that like other people can enjoy it when I wouldn't. You know, like I know I would never get to it and it just feels rude for me to accept it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna play it and hold on. How long have we been doing the giveaway for? Nobody's done a ticket. Excellent ticket, guys. Come on. I'm gonna give you guys more words time. We're gonna do one round. So I need to give this guy water. That was great. I sound very drunk right now. Yeah. Yup. I mean, okay. I don't think I stuttered this much. But, yeah. I don't stutter that much. Okay, look.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't. Glitched out, but I did still see it, so. Lucky me. Someone clip that, please. What do I do? Fire. Oh! Nobody saw that. It's okay. Oh, dude. So Fog made this because we found a music disc that he wanted. And... oh, this looks so cool. What do these do? Oh! That scared me so bad. Man, that scared me so bad. Okay. That's just a bone shark. Who's infected? Is that supposed to be there? Okay.
Okay, I think we're ready to come over and see you then.
Alright, I'm ready.
Okay, I'll see you in just a moment. I'm gonna mute now. Have a good time.
You too. Or
I guess I'll
what?
be seeing you shortly.
You lost. Yeah, well, I don't know if we even could have done it. Plus, I didn't say I would help. That was bonus that you got help from me. That was bonus. I never promised I would help. Alright. So sassy, I'm sorry. Blame Suwey, he's the one who's brought out all my sass. Blame Suwey. Cause like, I was not nearly so sassy until Suwey was like, basically told me it's okay to be sassy. You know? Like, yeah, I got on my way to make sure I don't hurt other people's feelings because that's the last thing I want to do. Like, I love poking fun and sass and stuff, but the second it hurts somebody's feelings, it's no longer fun. You know? And they have their shoes here. Oh my gosh, each shoe counts individually? That's rude. I'm glad the rain isn't being picked up on mic because it's like so loud. It is ridiculously loud. Here's Santa's coat. And his hat. Just hanging up casually. I feel like Santa's coat would be expensive. Like, he's gotta have like really nice materials and stuff, you know? It's probably like vintage and everything too. Did you know vintage is just like a word to make old things sound cool? Fun fact of the day. Elf fur? I don't know. I don't think elves have fur. The present wrapping machine immediately seized up. Alright, French Bob, tell me more. Mellowing with soot, it sent coal pellets flying in all directions. All of us immediately realized that we needed to do something. So what did you do? The only problem was no one knew what that thing was. Ah, okay. Except Ivor. Who is Ivor? Or Ivor? I wonder if the dude who's chatting with us is an elf. Like, they never actually explain who he is. They're just like, ah yes, he's commissioned you to do this. Like, I don't know who French Bob is. I cleaned a lot at once. I don't even know why. Employee entrance. It's tiny for the elves. I love it. There we go. Now we start working on all of the like stuff on the ground. Not the ground, but like all the pieces. I might as well take care of the ground over here though. In this corner, so later me isn't like, where is the dirty spot? And it's like right there. It's an ornament. And it's clean. Alright. Honestly, I'm surprised there's so few gifts in the piles. I mean, the economy is probably hitting Santa just as hard as us, right? So I guess it makes sense. He has so many presents. Look at all these. We had to clean all of them. Because there was a explosion in here. At least that's my like working theory, considering it's soot and everything. You know? This looks tasty. Like, I know it's a present, but it looks tasty. I can't be the only one that thinks that looks tasty. Alright. This is gonna be such a pain to 100% this tree. Because of all the little lights. I think it's the only tree though, so like at least we have that going for us. When it's eventually like a Christmas tree light times 5, and I'm like, I don't know. Well, at least like be able to know where the tree is. Anyway, I'm just trying to get this tree clean. I don't know what material this is made out of. Because Because, like, it doesn't look like it's your normal fake tree. Nor does it look like a real tree, so, like... Is it like those things that kids' play structures are made out of? Like, it's kind of like a rubbery plastic, you know? Like the weird shape ones are. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but that's okay. I doubt I usually do. There we go. Got it. I'm missing this Christmas light. See, there's dirt on it. Like it's dirty. That one too. Oh, look at this one. This game is also like very, ooh, shiny, you know? I love ooh, shiny games. They make me very happy. Okay. And I think it is perfectly valid to call a game an ooh, shiny game because they're very much a thing. Like Sandrock is a new shiny game. At least for me. It's very much a new shiny game. The one on top first, because we start at the top and then we go down because while we're cleaning higher up, we're more likely to happen to clean the down lower anyway. Except it goes the opposite, like when you're tidying up. I feel like I tend to go for the floor first when I'm tidying up in real life because the floor usually is like pretty easy to clean. Though it depends, like if you're like doing a full surface clean, I always end with the floor because the floor gets dirty if you're doing that. It depends what kind of cleaning you're doing, I guess. As long as the floor isn't lava, big fair. We don't like lava floors here. Okay, I'm gonna get this rug. I know it's the ground, but like, it's special ground. It'll be nice just to have it done. You know? Look at that, shiny! Tell me this isn't a new shiny game. Cause you come in and everything's like gross and stuff, and then you're like clean for a little while, and then everything's like shiny and clean, and it's... I like this game. And I'm so happy they keep releasing DLC. Like, it makes me very happy whenever I see there's new PowerWash DLC. Like, I don't even care if I don't know anything about the series. I'm just like, let me play that PowerWash Sim DLC. Because I like the game. PowerWash Sim, please sponsor me. Because I will be 100% truthful in saying that I like this game. Because I am saying it without being sponsored and only being given a key. Oh, that's a baby present. Usually the smallest boxes have the best stuff in them though. When it comes to Christmas, like, that's where you get like your gift cards and stuff, you know? And like cool little like electronic devices, you know, like your phone or whatever else. It usually comes in a small box. The big boxes are usually like really cheesy toys. Tell me I'm wrong. big boxes are not usually as good, but like as a little kid you're like, oh my god, a big box, and you get so excited, even though they're like usually some of the worst gifts. They're rarely actually interesting. You know, some of my favorite gifts are smaller because like getting a Wii, like a Nintendo Wii, because that was like the console of my childhood. That's not a very big console. It didn't go in like a giant box or anything. So you knew it was hype though when your parents like gave you a present and they're like, alright, so you can't open this one until you open that one, and like it's a whole thing, because then you knew like you have a multi-part thing and it was gonna be awesome, because that meant you're gonna get a lot of entertainment out of it for a while. And it wasn't just like a one-off random gift. Loved those. My parents did that when they got me and my sister DS's. They got us a few games. And when I got my Wii. Which honestly I've been low-key thinking about like messing about in like the old Wii Just Dance games and like Wii Fit and stuff, because I have it. Like I even brought the balance board back here in my suitcase when we went on the plane last year, because I intended to play it and I haven't. Consoles and computers are pretty big. I mean, a Nintendo Wii isn't. And like a Nintendo DS ain't very big. And like, I never got a computer for Christmas. That was too big of a gift. I had to buy that for myself. I got a tablet one year. That was a really cool one. I really enjoyed that tablet for many years. Until like it eventually just got to the point where it was too slow to work or to use. Then I had set it somewhere in my childhood bedroom. I think my parents took care of disposing it for me in the end. Yeah. I still have photos from it because like that year we went to my grandma's house for New Year's Day, because we'd open gifts from the extended family on Christmas Eve over at my grandma's house. And then on Christmas Day we'd eat leftovers from Christmas Eve. At my grandma's house she'd have like a smaller selection of us over. There's a smaller group of her favorites. And we'd eat the leftovers, plus like they'd usually have a little bit of takeout as well. And everyone, like my mom and her sisters would play cards. I'd often join them when they did play cards. Because I love games, just in general, right? A lot of times they'd just all be talking politics and I'd fall asleep on my grandmother's floor. Because she has the softest carpet in the world. And like it'd always be like freshly clean because like she is hosting a party, so like it wasn't like too gross or anything. And so I'd just fall asleep on her carpet while everyone was chatting. To be fair, I wasn't the only one that would fall asleep though. Like my dad would always fall asleep. Like most of the husbands would fall asleep, right? It's my mom's mom. Most of the husbands would fall asleep. And I think even my grandpa would fall asleep sometimes. I know at one point, when I was in high school, I just put like my blanket over my head and just went to sleep on the floor. And no one bugged me. Some of my favorite childhood memories are from being at my grandmother's house. I'm really hoping I can visit her at least a few more times before she dies. You know, I was kind of sad I couldn't visit for Christmas this year because, like, she's pretty old, but hopefully we can visit this summer. You know? Because I definitely want to visit her a few more times. At least. Last time, though, we visited, like, Suwey was chatting with her and my grandpa, and I was just falling asleep in his lap. Because I was just, like, very happy and cozy, and, like, I didn't have a lot to contribute to the conversation that they were having, so I was just falling asleep in Suwey's lap. But, like, my grandma didn't mind at all. She thought it was cute. She thought it was cute that I felt comfy enough to fall asleep in his lap. You know? I sleep a lot. I like sleeping. My like joking title among Ranger's friends, well, I mean they're my friends too, but you know what I mean, is that I'm God's sleepiest warrior. Cause like I just sleep so much, and honestly I'll take it. That feels pretty darn accurate. Sometimes I'll just randomly sleep for like 12-13 hours, sometimes even more, for no reason. I just kind of do. I can be awake when I need to, though. Like, the only time I had problems with falling asleep when I was awake was when I was on a trip with the church that I was part of growing up. I'm no longer, I don't know how to word it. I guess I'm agnostic. The way churches work just don't feel right to me. And actually, like, that trip was a defining, like, way for me to figure that out. Because, like, I was just sitting there, like, because it was, like, a big concert and stuff. In, like, a stadium and everything. And I was just there, like, this just doesn't feel right. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure this is what I believe in. And it was very interesting. Because, like, it was supposed to be, like, reinvigorating your belief in the religion and stuff. And I was over there, like, I don't know, this don't feel right. Very washed out game? Oh, yeah. So. Yeah. But, yeah, like, at that thing, like, we got, like, I don't know, I think maybe 6 hours of sleep every night. And, like, before that, we did, like, an all-nighter red-eye flight. And I was literally falling asleep standing up during that. I was also like fighting some really bad anxiety stomach problems because like I had undiagnosed severe anxiety. So it was just a time. Well, let me tell you, when you have mental health problems, being diagnosed just like makes life so much easier. Because like you're able to put a word to why you're feeling the way you are. And also they give you medicine to help it feel better. I remember my doctor was so worried about me when like I confessed and like told her about my anxiety and stuff, because like I had told my primary care physician when I did like come out to a proper adult about my anxiety. I mean, even though like it was in college, so I was a proper adult and like I told my friends, but like, you know, first time I talked to like a person of authority who could do something about it. And like the doctor just seemed so worried because like I was barely eating. My anxiety was so bad. This was in October of 2020. I was streaming back then. I don't know how much I was streaming right then. But I was at the point where like I couldn't eat. Because I was just so anxious. Because I'd be like terrified I'd get a stomach ache from being anxious if I ate too much, which then would make me anxious. And then I wouldn't be able to eat. And I was like constantly pacing and stuff. And so like that was my breaking point. And I'm very glad that I did go to the doctor because now like I'm so stable. Being stable is very nice. Cause like yeah, I still get anxiety. Like I still get those pains of anxiety, but like it's nothing like it used to be, and I don't have to like stand up and pace and panic. Yeah. All of 3rd grade, every Monday, I think it was 3rd grade, might have been 5th. I think it was 5th grade. Every Monday, I would stay home, almost. Because my nervousness was so bad, and I just had a tummy ache because my nervousness was so bad, and I'd be over just in the bathroom gagging the whole time, like, just because I was nervous. Like, I couldn't really explain why I was nervous, and I couldn't tell you why even now as an adult. You know why? Because I wasn't nervous. It was anxiety. And then, I kid you not, my doctor was just like, oh yeah, she almost has an ulcer from this. Here's some ulcer medicine. Okay, bye. And that was the extent of the treatment I got. And like somehow I managed to convince myself I was fine. And like my anxiety got better for a little while, which made no sense. And it was fine for a while, like better. I managed to like placebo myself into thinking that the like ulcer medication was also like fixing anxiety or nervousness, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I'm on an SSRI for it now and I'm very happy. I'm also very open and happy to talk about that stuff if you guys ever want to. You got gastrotherapy, got told you had too much stomach acid, that you needed to relax. Yeah, like, maybe think about like the person as a whole and the fact that like they might be suffering from mental illness and need help, and like they could have chemical imbalances in their brain which is causing it. No? now. Instead, we're just gonna like tell them that they need to relax and stop being so nervous, and that's it. Why not like try to figure out the root cause? Maybe they have like a hormone imbalance in their body that they cannot control. Hey Saladas! How you doing? I hope you're doing well, dude. We're just talking about the lovely existence of being a person who grew up with severe anxiety. AKA me. And how doctors will just like be like, oh, like XYZ thing, that's very clearly an indicator of anxiety. Huh, you need to relax some more, and then move it on. You tried to replace the toner in the coffee machine in this room? No, it was a machine exploded. Anyway, Ivor threw open his box and started dishing out his new invention to everyone. I'm reading what French Bob is saying. They were incredible, like bags with handles that connected a wandy thing that you hold to your hand. Okay. I'm not sure I'm following, but okay. A bit like your washer thing, actually. A vacuum? Well, you press the button, it didn't squirt water, but ice. Oh no. That's why there's ice cream everywhere. 'Cause they had ice cream guns. The elves were given ice cream guns. Within seconds, we'd put out the fire. I like how nothing's actually fire damaged. It's all just like soot is everywhere. So, you only ever had your anxiety sorted out because you got on antidepressants for your depression, and they happen to also fix your anxiety. Yeah, I'm on an SSRI, and it's helping with my, and it like fixes my anxiety basically. I mean, I still have it, but yeah. Yeah, doctor recommended you some anti-inflammatory pills after you complained of gastrointestinal distress after eating some not greatly cooked beans. Oh my gosh. Anxiety and stress is very bad for acidity and acid reflux. Yes. But like, instead of like trying to find the root cause, doctors will just be like, oh, you have stomach issues. Here's medicine for your tummy. They won't be like, why do you have tummy issues? And like, literally, I would tell my doctor, it's because I'm nervous. And I don't know why. And he'd be like, here's some medicines so that you don't have an ulcer, like, is gonna fix your potential ulcer. Okay, bye. How do you know? That is not what I needed. Rooting for me? For what? I'm good now. Like, my anxiety's great now. Great doesn't feel right, like the right word, but like, it's not really, it doesn't impact me anymore, really. Like, I still have it, but it doesn't really impact me. Because medicine. Made someone laugh after you asked it if it will help with the diarrhea. Oh no. I love it. That is awful, but also hilarious. You know. I like how much doctors can have a lack of sense. Because they just get so caught up in like the, you know, treating everything with medicine that they forget to like stop and think about the fact that like things have other causes and you don't want to treat the symptoms, you want to treat the cause. Yeah, some amount of social anxiety. I never really had proper social anxiety. Mine was more based around like pressure I would put on myself and like things I told myself that like people would judge me for, like, but not in a social anxiety way. Like it was more about like getting in trouble, right? So I was like always scared that like I was gonna do something to get in trouble, and I still feel that way while working, that like I did literally nothing wrong and like I hear a word from someone in charge and I'm like, oh my god, what did I do? It's a lot of... And so like literally when I turned 16, my mom and I kind of fought over like what I was gonna do for a party, and I eventually decided, you know what, whatever, whatever, I just won't have one, right? And I decided that I would just go out to eat with my best friend and my grandparents, and that would be it, right? And then I would sleep over at my best friend's house that night. Yeah, so my mom and my best friend planned a surprise party for me in the background. And before they planned it, my mom had it talking to me like, hey, you better not be planning like a secret sleepover with a bunch of friends over at your best friend's house. Like, that would not be okay. And then they have a friggin' surprise party afterwards. And like, they all insisted my mom knew about it. We might have even called my mom and I told her about it. And I was just still like panicking. No, I don't think we called or talked to her at all. But like, everyone was like, no, your mom knows about it. I planned this with your mom. It's okay. And I was just like, oh my god. My mom's gonna kill me. Like, she never even had like really bad punishment. Like, the worst punishment she ever did was when I was like in 4th grade. I posted some videos of me singing to YouTube. And it freaked my mom out because she was worried about like creeps on the internet and stuff, which like fair. And she took away my computer privileges for a week when I was like already chronically online, so that was like really hard emotionally for me to just suddenly have like my only outlet gone. But that was like the worst punishment she ever did. But I was still terrified that I was gonna do something wrong. If a big group you're not comfortable, you tend to lock out. See, I actually do really good in groups. Like at TwitchCon, usually I'm the one like trying to bring everyone into talking with one another. And like I'm like checking in with like whoever seems to kind of be on the outside. So like, for example, at TwitchCon 2023. So most recently in October in Vegas. I would notice a lot of times that Raul wouldn't be like included because, you know, he's a little bit of a quieter person. And so I would go out of my way to make sure he got included in conversation and stuff. Getting punished for making a mistake. I mean, I did multiple times, and that's probably like part of what has driven it. Like, my mom did not always explain why I was in trouble, even though I would ask. I distinctly remember one time where she told me to stop talking back to her, and I was like, what did I say that was talking back? Like, I don't understand. And she was like, don't say another thing to me or you're in timeout. I'm like, well, what did I do wrong? And then I just, you know, got the timeout, which not gonna go too into details, but her form of timeout was not good. Which, like, okay, so the thing is she had to do a really, really harsh, forced timeout because my sister's disabled and, like, forced it, but then me, her normal child got the same exact punishments. Which was just way too extreme for what I did. You know, way too extreme. And I think that's partially like what brought on the anxiety. Got punished by being forced to spend outside when most of your social needs were satisfied as long as online as you're getting bullied by the other kids. So I didn't even have people to hang out with like in person except for at school, because my parents didn't really want to take me to places very often, and we lived at like the end of a dead-end road where everyone had at least an acre of land, and like all of our direct neighbors, like the ones who had kids, just weren't interested in hanging out. So I didn't have social life super good until I started going to school. And then like I became like basically chronically online at like 10 and a half, because I was able to find Facebook gaming, because that's when like Facebook games were huge, you know? And I was able to make a bunch of friends on there and like have a whole social life and everything, which like, yeah, it wasn't the safest place for a 10-and-a-half-year-old to be having a social life. But my mom did monitor me a bit early on, and then kind of told me, hey, no, a few times, and then eventually just set me loose. And I definitely did find like parts of the internet I should not have found, but you know, every kid has to go through that. It's just I found parts of the internet I should not have found out a little younger than I should have found it at. So make people know better and parent better, but it really is important to make everyone understand that a punishment for a mistake is not the best thing. It translates to the prison system too, which should be about correcting and not punishing. Yeah. So like, okay, on YouTube you can watch old episodes of Super Nanny for free, and it's just so fascinating learning about how she handles misbehavior, because like she will do timeouts, but she'll only do them for like 3 minutes tops, which is wild to me that a timeout could have only been 3 minutes. Mine were not 3 minutes. And like they'll like be really clear about what the kid did. That is like the biggest part of her training, is like teaching the parents to be clear like when doing it, and then to like at the end show the kid that yes, you love them, it's okay, everything's okay. I just had to show you that what you did wasn't okay. And like I'm just like, dang, I wish I had that kind of like a system. And it's just so fascinating. And I was like, I'm very much like, when I'm a parent, I want to have a system like that. And just be very much like proving to the kid, hey, you're okay. Like, because like when I would get punished, I a lot of times as a kid would like worry that my parents then hated me. I don't know why, it's just like what came to mind. And so like I didn't get confirmation that everything's okay. They love me afterwards. They'd just be like, alright, it's done. And they just set me free. They wouldn't even like try to remind me what I did was wrong or why, and like what to do better next time or whatever. It was just like, alright, you're done, bye. You don't think there's anyone in newer generations that didn't find part of the internet they shouldn't have? Yeah. True. That's your second home? I mean, cool. You might have some problems. Why shouldn't I do this? Because I'm a mother and I said no. Yeah. I mean, I've had to pretty much give that answer while substitute teaching. So like I get why they have to say that. But at the same time, when you're a mother, you should be able to explain. And like you and your kid should come to a mutual understanding and stuff. I think it's different when I'm substitute teaching because like I don't have enough time to explain stuff properly, and then like, you know, like a lot of the kids I only see for 45 minutes ever. So Dominic. Yes, that's not quite what I'm talking about. It was curiosity, then disgust, disgust. Yeah, that's how you say it. Curiosity, then disgust, then like a couple years later, curiosity again, you know? Between 4 and 6 years old, your favorite thing to say was why? To any explanation you received? Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I went through that phase too. I'm pretty sure everybody goes through that phase though. No, it didn't. It didn't. But then, Dominic, I'm not into girls. I know exactly what the meme you're talking about is, though. I know the meme. Oh. I'm thinking of the meme. Oh gosh, Soul Adams, no. I'm so glad I managed to avoid actually saying that. I am so glad I managed to avoid saying that. I don't know how I managed it, but I never actually watched that, and I don't ever plan to. I suppose since you're a teenager, when you properly got access to internet, basically when it was broadband and not dial-up anymore, it was fine for you. Yeah, I'm saying about like discovering 18 plus type sites and stuff at like 11 and being like totally disgusted because, you know, I was 11. Because my issue was, right, I will explain exactly how this happened. I would be scrolling on Facebook, and then I'd find an article that looked interesting, and I'd click it. And then on that website, it would link another article or like a funny quiz. And I'd be like, oh, I want to see what this is too. And then eventually it got to not so savory, not so child safe stuff. Because I just clicked one too many times. Yeah. Very much, ooh, a link. And then, yeah. And I know I'm not the only one where that has happened. At least it wasn't a Zelda? I don't understand. Oh. I get it. That took me a minute. I'm sorry. That was so slow. Man, why do we always have these like really deep conversations whenever I'm playing PowerWash? I swear, every time I play PowerWash Sim, we have like these really deep, like philosophical discussions. I don't know why. It's just like every time without fail. It touches our souls, I guess. The game makes a good background for it. Yeah, and I kind of default to conversation like that too. Because I find it personally really fascinating. Like, especially to talk about, like, you know, like, are people by default good or bad? Like, that's a very interesting conversation to me. And that sort of thing. Nurture versus nature, that sort of thing really interests me. Oh. When the normal 600 kilobyte picture or a text sheet took 30 minutes to download. Yeah, I didn't live that. We also had, like, when I was young, we had internet that was thought of as really good internet for the time. Because my dad worked for remote IT. So we had to have really good internet. But then, like, we didn't upgrade hardly. And so by the time I was a teenager, like, our internet sucked. Because my dad only did, like, the internet he needed to be able to do his job remote. And then, like, the reason I started streaming is because I finally convinced my parents to get internet that was fast enough to stream. Because I did a bunch of research and I found a cheaper package with actual upload speed. Because we were on, like, CenturyLink for ages, which, if you know anything about, like, US internet, that's, like, one of the worst. They'll give you, like, 20 down, not even 1 up, and charge you, like, over $100 a month. That's, like, basically what my parents had. And so, like, I switched them to Comcast, which was way better. Even though, like, it's Comcast, but it was still way better than CenturyLink. And so I was so excited to start streaming. PowerWash is calming and relaxing, part of your safe space state of mind, possibly. I could see that. I could see that. I enjoy having these deep conversations personally. I think it's really fun and interesting, and I love hearing other people's perspectives on things. You know? Especially when it's like a perspective that could change my mind on my perspective of something. I love it. I love having one of those epiphany moments. It's worth every dull conversation to have one of those epiphany moments. Because those are just so good. You're trying to convince your dad to switch to another power supplier for a year now as it's cheaper. He just refused because he was with this company for decades. You don't mean 20 or 30%, but 1/4. Just gosh dang it, that sucks. Upgrading an already well-established system is difficult and expensive, and since US has been at forefront of tech, the systems are very well established. Yeah. You barely had an internet could stream a reasonable quality today, like 15 years ago. Yeah, I mean, me too. I wouldn't have been able to. We are at ad, so I'll give it a second before I really continue the conversation. But I do have stuff to say on that. Because, like, I don't want people to miss the conversation because of an ad. And I don't know, like, who has turbo, who doesn't, that sort of thing. It's a very different song. Especially compared to, like, what it normally plays for me. Mistake. So. I know. I'm sorry. I will try to avoid being too interesting until the ad is done. It's every hour it's 3 minutes of ads. And then, like, there's no pre-rolls, so you can come in and say hi and stuff and you don't have to wait, which is, like, really frustrating and annoying. And it's, like, better as a streamer, like, statistically you get better viewership and numbers when you do have it set like that, so that's why everybody does it, if you're curious. It's statistically better for the streamer. It says last eggnog incident, look at that. There I go. I get a bigger cut with 3 minutes? Yeah. It's a much bigger cut. It's like you either get like 55%. Yeah. I thought it was like 10. I don't know. It's such a bigger cut. It's well worth it. Because before I would make like, if I was lucky, $5 on ads a month. Nowadays I make like $20 a month on ads. So yeah. Alright, now that the ads are done. What was I gonna say? Oh, you barely had internet that could stream a reasonable quality like 15 years ago today? Yeah, so like 10 years ago I was on internet that couldn't load like anime at 720p really. And to make sure I didn't have buffering issues, I would watch it in 480p. And so like back then I would watch all my anime in 480p. And now like I'd be angry if I got stunted down to 480. I'd be like, it's so bad. But back then I was like, I mean, it's not that bad. So yeah. The unfortunate guys are the ones that join the as the apocalypse starts. Yeah. Games that you thought is so realistic I could live here and go back and you're shocked by the low quality glory. No, I don't quite have that. Because I played like Diner Dash and stuff. I didn't really play 3D games. I played like Diner Dash and Minecraft and like that sort of stuff. I don't even know what HL2 stands for. Half-Life 2? Ah. Yeah, I never really had a game like that. I remember I did have like one kid's game. Oh my gosh, what were they called? What were they called? The kid games. Jumpstart? Is that what it was? Yeah, Jumpstart Games. They had a MMO one. They had an MMO. And I thought that that was the coolest, like, prettiest thing. But my parents, they bought me the game. And then they wouldn't buy me, like, the actual stuff to, like, get into the online stuff or anything. And so, like, they bought me the base game, and then, like, they were as equally annoyed as me because, like, you couldn't actually play, like, hardly anything. So it was called Jumpstart 3D back in the day. And I was so excited to play it. I was so excited, and then I was so mad that like I only got like an hour or two in. Like my parents bought this game. I got like an hour or two in. And then like I couldn't do anything else. And there was just a paywall. And we were so upset. It was the Jumpstart World first grade, I believe. And it was so cool because like you could like catch bugs and stuff in it. And like I loved it. I might have gotten a different like grade level. But I thought that that game was like so whimsical and cool. And like I'm looking at it and that is such low poly stuff. Wow. You can get into Minecraft when you're a kid? Oh, I loved it. I played it in the heyday. Like, I can't touch it anymore because I just got so into it and played so much of it that now whenever I play, I'm like, eh. I've already had my share of this. Because I just, like, got so into Minecraft growing up. And, like, I was in, like, a little online community for it. Like, it was actually a Twitch streamer slash YouTuber back in the day. It was like a full community. It was like a group of people was the channel, and yeah, so then like that community is completely dissolved. I do have a couple friends still from that grouping though. The one I most actively talk to is someone who actually comes in chat on occasion and does stream as well, named George the Jedi. He'll come in on occasion. He's from that group way back when. So we have fun like chatting about the people in that group and stuff, because like he knows a lot more about where the people are now and stuff, and all the drama that happened, because like I left that community in high school because I kind of just got busy with life, and I joined a different online community. No, I joined a different online community because it was more interesting, more new. And that one was like doing like Minecraft game shows and stuff. And I've only found like one video that I was in back then. It was so funny. I showed it to Suwey. I showed it to George too because I was like, look, I found one I was in. Little baby Suwey. And like, it's so funny because the way I was talking in it, I was obviously trying to sound cool. And like, it's just so funny. But yeah, in some ways I haven't changed. I still can't do parkour in games, and in that my failure at parkour was very shown. I also like never really did it. I didn't have the perseverance or patience to get good at it. I'm sure I could have. And so, because I'd just be bored doing it, you know? I'd get so bored and I'd want to go do other things, like go mining. Because that was my favorite thing to do in Minecraft, was go mining. I loved exploring all the different caves and stuff. I would just spend hours upon hours just exploring caves. And then like, I love doing multiplayer stuff, especially like the town stuff, because then I could go to like whoever was in charge and be like, hey, I just want to go collect a ton of resources. Can I do that for you? And they'd be like, oh my gosh, yes. And it'd be amazing. Because I wouldn't have to do any building and I'd just get to gather all the resources. Then I'd love making these giant chest rooms and like filling them with resources. It made my brain very happy. Good, nah. Yeah, that was me. I don't have the patience for that. Though I was really good at Block Party, I think it was called. It was like the one where music plays and then it tells you like a block that you need to go stand on, a color, and like the floor is like somewhat randomized and you have to go find that color quickly, and then like, because it would only give you a few seconds, and then the floor would fall. And I got really good at that. And I won pretty regularly. I just played it on a server. I don't know if it still exists. That was called The Hive. And in my opinion, back then at least, it was the best minigame server. I liked it better than Hypixel. So, yeah. Like, it didn't have as many games, but the quality of the games were just so much better. And, like, the Hypixel ones were usually, like, more competitive and less arcadey, and I was, like, very into, like, the less competitive stuff because anxiety, and every time I tried to PvP, I'd just start shaking and panicking. And, like, that's the reason why I've only now started getting back into League, is because my anxiety is just so much better that I can actually do competitive stuff, and, like, the more I do it, the less I'm shaking every time too, which is, like, really cool. So I only start shaking nowadays when it's like a really hype or clutch moment or something, instead of like every little PvP fight. So I'll start shaking from rage instead, yeah. I mean, when we did our community night a couple days ago in the Discord, it was mostly the people I play League with who joined, so we all just went and played a little League. And Andy was there watching and listening, and he found it very funny because I would get angry on occasion. But it was more of getting angry at myself, not others. He was enjoying watching. You know, don't take that sentence out of context. Gotta hate your teammates, not yourself? No, it's all about me, okay? Okay, like, my teammates are lovely, and if they make a mistake, it's okay. It's okay if they make a mistake, because they're only human, but if I make a mistake, it's not okay. You're the one who said anything. Jeez, what the heck? What the heck, Dominic? You don't know what I was thinking. You're not in my brain. Or at least I really hope you're not. That would be really weird. You know? Oh, let me move this. It's in the way. I said it? What did I say? What did I say? Please tell me. Enlighten me here. Not taking out of context? Taking what out of context? Hmm? I almost got you. I almost got you. Ever watch an interesting Minecraft mod pack? No, I don't watch gaming content like at all. And go like, I want to play that, but then remember you didn't enjoy Minecraft and go like, should I really spend the money? Aw, Dominic, permitting that? How dare you? But no, I don't know that it's Adams because I loved it, but like, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I would enjoy playing like Pixelmon or something. And then I'm like, hold up. I am very done with Minecraft. I have other games to spend time on. Like League of Legends. Or these, like, countless indie games that are in my Steam library. This is gonna be counted as clean so soon. Look at that. Haha. Done diddly done it. Okay, this kind of is the same floor. Sure, you can say that all you want, dude. Let's see if I believe you. Okay, what is still dirty? Cheer checked star. Entrance star decoration. Anything sees something that's flashing, please tell me. Cheer checked star. Oh, I'm missing this rug. Hold on. Let me take care of that. I don't like this song. Gotten hundreds of hours out of mod packs. So where's those? Oh, this is dirty too, apparently. Hold on, I gotta fix it. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. Cheer, checker, star. Maybe up there? Yeah. Let's get the ladder back on it. Eek. Alright, you're considering that for a while. At the same time, kind of worry about buyer's remorse after. Yeah, and it's not like a Steam games where you can get a guaranteed thingy. What is this? Decoration machine buttons. Decoration machine. Processing decoration. These? No. Must be these. I see it. Did I get them all? That should be them all. Employee door sign. I know where that is. It's over here. You're selling Bedrock and Java as a bundle nowadays? I don't know. I don't even know what I have. I have whatever everybody got back in the day. Well, this is the fireplace. Mantle, pillar, painting, cover. I don't see no dirt. There we go. Grotto skirting. It's one of these. lanterns. I'm missing one of the lanterns. This one, it looks like. There you go. Holly cushion thingy. Sleigh seat. Apparently that's not all the way clean. Thought I got it. I guess not. Got it. Sleigh skis. Looking for it. I see it right there. There you go. Stock shelves. I'm not sure where that is. Four total. These? Stock cabinet. It's not those. Oh, this. There you go. Workbench lamp. There you go. Is that a Microsoft account? Yeah. I don't know, man. Just clean things was this easy IRL, right? Launcher then gives you access to whatever keys are on the account. Interesting. Thanks to you, Christmas is saved. All the machines are back up and running, and every present has been made, wrapped and packed tightly in Santa's sack of infinity, ready for delivery. Unsurprisingly, Ivor's new invention was a flat note from Santa. Whilst it saved us on this occasion, Santa reasoned that the occasion itself was quite niche, and that a spraying machine that covers any surface and a delicious coating of ice cream might not be what the grown-ups of this world need right now. Oh well, back to the drawing board for Ivor. But at least I'll get to have some fun at the Christmas party. P.S. Santa says that you've shot straight to the top of the good list. My eyes are irritated. I don't know why. Alright, we're gonna start the DLC. We might not get very far, but we're gonna start it so that, like, we've officially started it. Maybe the eyeliner. If it was anything, it'd be the mascara. But I think it's honestly just streaming for so long. Because my eyes get a little funky after streaming a long time anyway. And then, like, mascara might have gotten in my eye a bit. Same thing? Okay, so there's this black on my lashes themselves. And then there's the line that goes to right here. The black line on the top. They're different products. Okay. Home producer. PowerWash Services. Want to get into the movie business with us at Universal Studios? You see, I'm a producer currently on location looking at a dirty prop and wishing I had a big old water pistol to wash it down with. When I said as much on set, my intern pointed you out in the phone book. I had no idea power washing was even a thing, but apparently people watch it for hours on their VHS. Who knew? Think you'd be up for coming down and helping us out? We loaned a medium-sized truck to another production. It's come back filthy as anything, and we need it for next shot. Thanks a lot. Do you feel much smarter now? Thank you. I know, I'm such a good teacher. There's a reason I'm a substitute teacher. It's because I'm so smart. Hey there, welcome to the set. Hi. I'm Alex. I'm a total whiz with the pager, so the producers have asked me to regularly check in with you. Okay. I bet you're excited to be on a movie set, aren't you? You know I am. Or I know I am. I know, right? I'm just an intern, but I'm so excited. I haven't slept for 2 days. Thank goodness for the sugar rush of waffle puffs. That sounds good. Like, I don't even really know what it is, but it sounds good. So the movie's called Back to the Future. I've seen the movie before, I just don't remember it very good. Because my memory about that sort of stuff is bad. I know, but to the future? How's that even possible? Because they need to go back to the future. Because they took the DeLorean into the past, but they broke it in the past. They need to figure out how to get back. The title alone is making my brain fizz. Oh, is this the truck of, I don't know. Whatever I've seen, that's just the tip of a huge mind-bending iceberg. I tell you more about what's going on here, but I haven't seen the script. They're keeping that closer to their chest than a spandex tank top. What I would give to read that thing. From what I can tell, the movie's about a high school kid who's best friends with a mad scientist. I mean, not wrong. Entirely, at least. The high school kid's called Marty McFly. Sounds like a Scottish insect, but he's really cool. The scientist's name is Dr. Emmett Brown, and he looks like he's had one electrical shock too many. That's a good way to describe him. The producers are loving that suit of yours. Okay. It's available for day hire. There's a couple scenes it would be perfect for. Hey, no worries. Yeah, I might leave somewhat soon. Toasted raisin fort bread? I have no idea what fort bread is. Never heard of it. Okay. You gotta give everything like a from down low sort of thing so that I can get all the angles. Then we press that button. figure out where we've missed stuff. Oh, that is not what I wanted. Let's see. I'm too lazy to get the ladder thing. Okay, what's missing? Loading ramp hinges. I thought it's these right here. That's clearly not it. Loading door. So like up top? I'm up late. It's fine, don't worry about it. Roof spotlights. There we go. Roof trim. That's a hit while jumping thing. I'm too lazy to get the stool that they provided. I think I might have to. Yep. Okay. There we go. Then there's one windscreen wiper. I think it's this one. There we go. Easy. Van looks fantastic. They said it would be fine under the grime. In fact, you've done such an amazing job. We'd like you to stick around and wash down the most important vehicle in the entire film. Thanks a lot. Oh, the DeLorean, let's go! Hello again. Meet our movie star vehicle, the Time Machine. It's a car that's been modified by genius inventor Doc Brown to incorporate a flux capacitor fueled by bootleg plutonium naturally. It reaches its top speed of 80 miles per hour in no time, so to speak. Anyway, writing those timelines is cold work, which has left it covered in temporal ice and astral particulate. Basically, our props department has had a field day with it, and we need it clean for one last take. Oh, I really appreciate if you kept everything that you've seen today under your hat, or rather mask. The future depends on it. Thanks a lot. They're basically implying that it's oh my gosh, it is really late. Oops. We'll do this last one, and then we'll end. How incredible does the car look, right? It do be the DeLorean. I've already done like half of it. No idea what all the bits are or what they do. Hold on. But it looks exactly how I imagine a Time Machine car to look. By the way, I've had to keep the gold wing doors locked. the caustic thing. Look at that. Slightly changed position. Thing. The team has installed some highly sensitive electronics inside that don't mix well with water. Also, from what I've seen, there's going to be a dog hopping in and out of it all night anyway. Now, in this scene, I'm not sure exactly what's going on. There's so many tiny pieces to this. It's hard to pick up what everyone's saying unless you're stood next to a boom mic, which I'm not allowed to do as I fidget too much. Fair. This is so fast. However, judging from the last shot doc, the car's inventor is an extremely clever dog that's capable of driving a car. Don't think that's right. I don't know. Just to let you know. They're planning on testing out the time travel special effects soon, so watch out for that. Will do. I think the best way to handle this is just to keep doing this. Yeah, I can confirm. When you're done on the car, they're going to put it through its paces. You're about to see some serious special effects. Okay. Are we gonna end up going to the past and stuff? Is this how they're gonna do it? Okay, I have a feeling whatever that is somewhere in here. Tire. There you go. This little black box. There you go. Oh, they're gonna do the thing. I can stand on it. That's so fun. That's so fun. Okay, we'll grab this next time we play because I need to head to bed. I did not realize the time. I got so distracted. Anyway, it is late, so we're gonna quit. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will be back maybe tomorrow, maybe not though, because like I potentially have a thing. I gotta check on it. I potentially have a thing. And then yeah. If we do stream tomorrow, we'll be doing some sand rock. And then I don't know, we might do the first of one of the 50k channel point rewards. You're sweet, Fitted. You're so sweet. I can't promise to do late streams. I should already be in bed. It's 5 a.m. I did not intend to stay up till 5 a.m. Jessica, I know, it was not intentional, I swear. It was not intentional. Okay. I'm wearing makeup. See? Hope you're doing well. Anyway, we are gonna find somebody to raid because it is so late. I don't know how I did that. Oh, I closed the tab. Hold on. Did anyone ever end up doing exclam ticket? Because I don't think they did. So I guess I'm just gonna refund that channel point reward because like nobody wait for it. No, nobody did. Okay. I'll just refund it. There we go. There we go. Alright, so we are going to raid. Who are we raiding? We're gonna do whoever's on the Twitch Women's Guild right now. That's gonna be Kiwi Song. Don't know anything about them, but they're in the Twitch Women's Guild raid train right now. And I want to support that in any way I can. So, they're playing a game called Hustle Cat. And it looks like a really cozy stream, so we're gonna head over there. All your tabs are merging? What do you mean? I'll take care of my eyes when I'm done. Anyway, guys. Socials here. There you go. Specifically, please join the Discord because everything being up to date is there. And then join the YouTube. Because eventually I'll get back to posting on there one day. Anyway, we're gonna go raid Kiwi Song. They are part of the Twitch Women's Guild thing right now. And it looks to be super cozy. So, yeah, I'll be back maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I might have a thing. I'll look into that. Till then, see you all later. Bye-bye.